first contract, I did Little Shop of Horrors. I was stage managing it. I wasn't in it. But we did it on Hornby Island, which is this little tiny island, 2 islands off the coast of Vancouver Island where we currently are. It takes like 2 ferries to get there. There's no, like 1,000 people live on this island. It has the most amazing recycling program of like anywhere. But
so even if like every person on the island had come to the show.
But it's such a destination that 1,000 people turns into well over 10,000 people during the summer months, and it's just like packed. And so we did this show every day, except Mondays, for an entire month to audiences. This weird like handmade outdoor theater that was like half tent, half
Sounds awesome.
Anyways.
That's insane.
So like a cruise ship show, but on an island instead.
I don't know if you call it a cruise ship show. They don't do full musicals generally on cruise ships, but
9,000
Anyway.
tourists trapped in the middle of the ocean.
yes.
Because you're busting musical.
It's weird. It's weird there too on Hornby because they have no public transit system. So actually, hitchhiking is like a valid mode of transportation there. Like that's how people who don't have cars get around.
Well, there's actually like some of the Gulf Islands actually have like sort of dedicated. It's like it's basically like a bus stop, but it's a stop where you should look for people who want to go places.
So I didn't know this when I got there, right? And I had my car, and there's these people on the side of the road, and I'm like, no way, I'm not stopping for a hitchhiker. That's totally dangerous. And then they got mad at me. They were like what's going on? When I passed them.
Because same thing.
That's like
driving there. Yeah.
Salt Spring Island is the only place I've ever hitchhiked in my life.
Yeah.
Because like it's pretty much totally safe there.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
It's a very different cultural thing.
Your biggest
Anyways,
worry is
thanks
that
for
the
letting me
person
sing,
who picks you
guys.
up and driving is actually high, but
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, there's sort of this forced community spirit when you live on an island, in the sense that if somebody, your water source is shared by the other, it's like if somebody is using too much water, it's going to affect everybody in the neighborhood.
Well, if somebody does something, there's only 1,000 suspects. You have to.
But there's also no like law enforcement there either, right? So it's this combination of. Yeah.
Well, it's just I think they usually have like a couple of RCMP around, but it's nothing.
Who will visit?
Yeah.
Like one day a week or something, and walk around.
This is a comedian I saw one time. He was talking about being a police officer in a small town. Similar thing. He's like, you go, can you describe the guy who attacked you? He goes, oh yeah, it was Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, should we go pick him up now? He's at work. We'll go afterwards.
No, that's what happened. My car went into the ditch because I was trying to navigate this very tiny road that I guess locals understand that you can't go to the right side of, but I didn't know. And anyway, my car's in the ditch, and I'm trying to figure out who to call, and everyone's like, just call Tom. And I'm like, okay, who's Tom? Tom, obviously, brown hair, like in his 40s. And then they only give their, the whole island only gives their telephone numbers with the last 4 digits.
So, nice.
Because everyone on the island, the entire island has the same postal code. And then everyone on the island also has the same, like, first 6 digits of their phone number. So they only have different last 4 digits.
So wait, where do they put the 10,000 people that show up in the summer? How do they even fit?
Campsites.
Really?
Campsites, and a lot of the locals leave. Like they just rent out their houses.
Like
they
Paris.
can make a lot of money in the summer renting out their houses.
It's not bad coin even in Victoria on like Airbnb.
Yeah.
Not that I've looked into this at all or considered exiling myself and Emily to rent to tourists, but
Yeah, ideally.
Planeswalker crawl?